Graham, first of all, can you fill us in on any walking wounded that you might have ahead of Northampton?
I think they're all walking wounded. we, uh, we didn't win. I thought we should have won, and I think the lads feel they should have won as well. So yeah, they're all hurting. That's mentally. Physically, they seem to be okay. They've had a good session on Wednesday. They had Thursday off, so they've all come back in this morning. And I think experience tells you the way they're playing, how they're playing, the little bit of buzz that there is in the group at this moment in time. Experience tells me I don't think there'll be too many of them holding their hand up or walking into the physio room or going in that direction. I think they'll all head out onto the grass this morning. So fingers crossed they all do. So we hopefully have a full fit and healthy squad to choose from.
You used that word buzz. Was that important when you got into the club, and how did you find the squad when you arrived?
Look, they're a very conscientious group of boys. They were hurting. They were hurting. They play for this club. They play for the badge, and that's not just for me. That's for previous management regime before me when I come in, and before that as well. These lads play for the club. These lads play for the badge. They're a great group of lads. They were hurting. They just lost their way a little bit. They just found their way into a little bit of a lull. They lost a little bit of confidence. They lost a little bit of self belief. And that happens. That happens. Look, I've been in that situation as a player, and I've been in that situation as a coach and as a manager. So that's no slight on anybody. So it's one of those things that happen in football, and it's how you get yourself out, how you dig yourself out of those situations, individually, collectively, and as a football club. But that's quite common. That happens quite regular in football. It is a common thread, common theme. And the lads have just responded. They responded really well, and they've been really professional. They've been at it, and I've been really pleased with them, to be honest.
Hmm. And you must be pleased with the return of 4 points from three games. I mean, have you seen enough to say, look, there'll be setbacks along the way, but this group can go higher?
Well, you'll know me, Rob. I was. I think we should. We had a great chance as well late on, and I think we were very good the other night, and I do think our performance maybe warranted more than 1 point. But had you offered me 1 point, like I said the other night before the game, I would have taken it. Had you
Mm-hmm.
offered me 1 point last week before I got the job, and you were going to Mansfield, you would take it. We've got two really tough fixtures in Mansfield. Not ideal timing, but Mansfield and Northampton away. But I suppose with the timing, I will learn a hell of a lot about this group of players, about individually and collectively. I'll learn lots and lots over the course of these two games. Our character, our desire, our heart, our organisation, they will all be put to the test. They were on Tuesday night at Mansfield, and they will be on Saturday for sure against Northampton. So I suppose in at the deep end, chuck them in at the deep end, go up against these type of teams in the division. And we came off the pitch tonight, and I said to the lads, I really feel they should start thinking the same way as the Mansfield players. They should start believing in themselves and understanding where they can get to and where they should be in this football league. So look, they've taken on board, and they've done brilliantly. But like you say, and I'm experienced enough to know, you're only ever one game away from a crisis in football. So look, once we keep that scoreboard, that the points total ticking over, and we're learning and we're improving all the time, that'll do for me.
Um, I hate to say this, but I've been a long time watcher of Newport County, and the record at Northampton is dreadful. It's absolutely dire. Um, 1977, I think, without you having to look, was the last time they won at Northampton. Managers always say to me, well, it's nothing to do with me, that's history. But actually, bogey grounds are bogey grounds. So it's about time it was laid, Graham.
I wouldn't know anything about it, to be honest.
That doesn't, you don't worry about that.
No, obviously you guys, you want to. I think that's negative thought process, negative mindset going into a game tomorrow. I'd rather be positive. I'd rather be upbeat, and I'd rather be on the front foot. And look, if we don't win tomorrow, we don't win. But I ain't certainly going to start looking back at history or negativity or bogey grounds or things like that. I'm sure there's other grounds up and down the country that we've not won at and things like that. But look at different regime, different mindset, different mentality going into tomorrow.
And 2 clean sheets when you'd had 2 in the last 21. That must, a former defender yourself, must really please you.
Well, do you know? I think I said it. I don't know. The most pleasing thing for me was the Colchester game. It was later on in the game, and I actually think 2 of our defenders actually ran to close a shot down, and they actually tackled each other. And just to put your body on the line and just to throw yourself in front of shots and things like that, I thought that speaks volumes of the lads. That's something you can't coach. That's something, it's either in you or not. You either have that desire, that character, and they showed me that they do. They showed me that they put the body on the line for the football club. So it was really, really positive. You know, the last 2 games, the last week in training. But like I keep saying, I can't wait to get a full week, a couple of weeks with them, and really learn about them, and then them learn about me, and get our principles and our ethos across. We've worked well, we've worked hard, and I suppose the key word for me was clarity, just giving them a little bit of clarity. So we've worked on them three things over a short period of time. Yesterday was 7 days in, and the players had 2 of them off. So I've only really been around them for 5 days. Today is my 6th day. So I'm learning every day. They're learning about me. I'm learning about them. And like I say, I use that word positive, and it's a really, really positive environment at this moment in time. And I do believe we will have some bumps in the road. I do believe we will have 1 or 2 setbacks, but that'll be a real education for me to see how the lads deal with the setbacks, see how they deal with these bumps in the road, because that's football. It's going to happen. So again, the character and the resolve will be tested, most certainly tomorrow, as you pointed out. So Northampton are up there. They're a good team. They're a strong team. They're up there for a reason. But I think we've shown enough about us over the 5 days I've been with them, the 7 days I've been in, to maybe be in a confident mood, to have that self-belief, and to have that resilience about us.
All the best, Graham. Cheers. Thank you.
Brilliant, Rob. Thank you. Stay positive, lad. No negativity.
Okay.
Morning, Graham.
All right, Chris.
Morning, Graham.
How are we?
I'm good, thanks. I'm good. You've obviously not had long with the boys, as we've said. Is this your style yet? Would you say play?
Is that me? What? I couldn't.
Oh, sorry.
Style.
Yeah,
Sorry.
is this your style, or is that still to come?
It's very, very difficult to implement any of your philosophies, your styles, your ethoses in such a short space of time. I would certainly like us to play a little bit more intense. I'd certainly like us to play a little bit quicker and maybe a little bit more quality. But you know, as I said the other night, I think I said after the Mansfield game, crawl, walk, and then run. So Rome wasn't built in a day. But if I can get the basics out of the lads and I can get that right, first and foremost, that gives us a tremendous platform to build on. So I don't think. Look. It was pretty similar at other clubs I went into. You know, you don't see a manager's style, his philosophy. You don't see that till probably the best part of probably 2 transfer windows. But as we know, Chris, you don't get that time in this business, so you have to maybe just work on short-term results, short-term fixes. So yeah, I do have a short term, I do have a medium term, and I do have a long term plan and process. But at this moment in time, it's very, very much in the infancy. So at this moment in time, short term fixes is what we're after.
And I think particularly you want to sort of improve from Mansfield and Colchester on the attacking sort of front.
Improve. I think I'd like to hit the net more, but improve. I'm not 100% sure you will create as many chances as we've created over the 2 games, like obviously at Colchester, and that was really pleasing as well. We just haven't taken them. So I would say hitting the net would be where I would like to improve, but our build-up play and our creativity has really been positive. We started both games, we got out of the traps, and we should have been a couple of goals up in both games. But look, if I sit here and I'm whinging and moaning about I could be in a worse place, we could not be creating, we could not be getting any chances. But it's again, that will be work that we will need to do with the whole team, hitting the back of the net. But certainly our creativity, certainly our opportunities, certainly our chances have been really apparent and in the positive column. So I think anybody who watched the two games that we played, I don't think too many people would say you didn't deserve to come away with minimum of 4 or 6 points possibly. So it's been pleasing. The creativity has been really pleasing. The chances that they create is really pleasing. And bear in mind, you've gone to a team, Mansfield, who don't give up chances, who don't lose at home, who keep the opposition at bay, who've got an extremely strong home record over a couple of seasons now. So that was really pleasing. I thought we looked really good the other night. So I want us to build on
that. Obviously, all coaches say it's about us, blah blah blah. But you look at the opponent. Northampton have been quite direct in recent years, but are they a bit different now from your analysis?
They're a strong team. They play 4-3-3. Well, they might change, who knows? But that's been the basis. John Brady's done a good job. I have to take my hat off to him. They've had the relegation, it was 18 months ago, and they could have obviously sat and sulked with that, but they haven't. They've pushed on, and they've always been a strong club. They've always been a strong team, and they've always had good players, and that's gone back years and years. So we know what we're getting. We know they'll have the long throw coming in the box, the set pieces. They've got a bit of height, but they've got some good players, good individuals, and they can hurt you. They're up there for a reason as well. I thought they were very good last week against top of the table Stevenage, the way they played and the opportunities they put away. So they're clinical. So we have to minimise them. We have to nullify them and minimise the chances we give to them, because they'll hurt you. They've got some decent players. I don't think they change as a football club. It's always been a tough, hard-working place to go. It'll be boisterous. It'll be noisy from the stands. I dare say where they are in the league, they'll certainly be looking forward to it and they'll be up for it. But I just hope they see we're maybe a little bit different. We're a different Newport County now.
Good. Just finally from you said clean bill of health. Does that include Oz Zanzala? Is he still working his way to full fitness? Is he training?
No. Oz has had a minor setback from his previous injury, so that's something that we're actually in the process of dealing with, process of looking at. He's a terrific kid. He's a terrific player as well, to be fair, and he was one of those players that I looked at when you're coming in and you're looking at the squad and you're thinking, wow, if I could get working with him, if I can get him going, get him moving, he could be a real big player for us. So yeah, I was a touch disappointed that he had that setback. But look, I suppose it's part and parcel of the game. It's part and parcel of football. We understand injuries are common nature in the game. So yeah, he's had just a little minor setback. So we just need to maybe get him off, see the specialist, see where he is, and set out an individual training program for him, just to give him every opportunity to get back in the fold.
Good stuff. Okay, thanks for that. I'll see you tomorrow.
Brilliant, Chris. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Hi, Rob Cole. Nice to meet you. Can I just ask whether we're in the middle or at the start of a bit of a new manager bounce?
I don't know, Rob, to be honest. I hope so. But like I say, I think I answered Rob's question earlier on. You're only ever one bad performance or one defeat away from a crisis in football. So I'm trying to stay as positive and as upbeat as we possibly can. Who knows? It's I haven't got a crystal ball, but certainly the way the lads have gone about the business, gone about the work over the last 5 days with me. Obviously, I've been in a week, but I've only had 5 days with them. So, they've been giving me a lot of hope, and there's certainly more pluses, certainly more positives, and there's certainly a decent bounce and a decent buzz about the place than when I come in. It's difficult as a player. I've been in that situation when you maybe you're not brimming with confidence and you're not fulfilling your own abilities. It's difficult to digging yourself out of that, and the strength of character and the resilience and the desire that these guys have shown has really filled me with that positivity, and hopefully hope we can add to our 4 points. Hopefully we can keep building on that. But like I say, it's not click of a finger. It's not a magic wand. It's not something that can be fixed overnight. It does take time, but as I know, and as I had a couple of scars from the past in football, time is not granted in this game. So it has to be now. It has to be immediately. I can't start waiting. And the players know that we can't wait for anybody really. We have to move and we have to get going. Otherwise, football has consequences.
Yeah, that you've got a pretty mature squad. You've got a lot of experience there, and it's a squad that's a lot of whom have performed very well for this club over the years. That must give you, some good bedrock to build on.
Well, I'll go back to Rob's point. I can't keep going back and living in the past, and I can't keep going past history and things like that. So I gotta look forward, and it's about what the players do for this football club going forward. The past is there, the past is brilliant, and they deserve the plaudits, they deserve the pats on the back, and that they've received, because they have, as you quite rightly say, they've been excellent for this football club. Now it's about what you do over the course of the next 6, 8, 12 months. It's about what you do and can you maintain that form and that excellent contribution to the club. So if they can maintain that, they won't have any issues. They won't have any problems with me. But like I say, I want to go forward. I want to try and push this club on. I want to try and push this group of lads on individually and collectively. And I want to try and get more and more out of them every day. And who knows? Who knows where you go or where you end up? But if they're on side, they buy in. They'll certainly get a lot of coaching points to help them push on in the career from myself and from Joe and Gerard as well. So the opportunity for them to progress is certainly here for them.
Right. Well, just remember what the good Lord says. On the 6th day, I'm not sure what he made, but the 7th day was a rest day. Don't do that tomorrow. All right.
I'll remind them that. I'll remind them of that.
Great. Thanks, fella. Nice to meet you.
Brilliant. Thank you, Rob.
Morning, Graham.
All right, Luke.
You said earlier about Northampton has some good players. One of them, Sam Hoskins, top scorer in League Two. How do you go about stopping him tomorrow afternoon?
Well, hopefully he's on the bench the way he was on the bench the other night. So that would be one way. But look, they had some top players the other night as well, Mansfield. So we won't individualise. We won't have any set game plan or anything to individualise their players. We'll concentrate on ourselves. And I will let Mansfield or Northampton worry about our team rather than the other way around. We've got a little bit of confidence going in from the two previous performances. We've got a little bit of confidence going in there. So we'll look, like I said, we'll get the team sheet. We'll have a little look at it when we get the team sheet, and we'll adjust accordingly. But I walk along the lines of 80% us, 20% the opposition. If I was to get screwed up about the opposition and the opposition players, I'd never get any work done here with our lads. So I'll be concentrating on ourselves, Luke, rather than the opposition.
Under the previous regime, the message in terms of playing styles, evolution, not revolution. Are we going to see the evolution in Newport County, or do you think we need a revolution?
They're very big words, Luke. You're talking to an Irishman here. Keep it simple. Let's stick to basics. Let's stick to basics. Getting points on the board is you can call that evolution or you can call that revolution. But getting points on the board, getting some clean sheets, and trying to crawl our way out of the place we've been in, is all that I'll be asking the lads to do. So. I'm not sure which way or what category that will fall in, but it's getting points on the board, and it's building confidence, building momentum, and getting that self-belief back into the group. That's all we're looking at short term.
Hayden Linley, we haven't seen him for a few weeks. Is that an injury, or is that just down to personnel? Or
No, there's been a couple. There's a couple of lads as well. You know, there's a couple of lads that even Thierry Neves. You know, you look at the Wilmots, you look at the Wildigs. You know, there's a number of lads. The Lewis Collins. There's a number of lads there. Declan Drysdale that are Matt.Owen. There's a number of lads there that are on the periphery. I've come in. I picked a team last week to go up against Colchester. And I thought the response they give us, the way they went about their business on Saturday, they got the 3 points. And as I said to the players, I said, there's your jerseys. You hold on to the jerseys. Don't give them back to me. So they're they got that. They deserve to go out on the field again on Tuesday night. I thought they were excellent Tuesday night. So they're earning, some of them are earning their place in the team. I've not, as I say, had too much time with all the rest of them, but he's one of those players that I've not seen on the pitch yet. So I'm going to try and organise. I'm going to try and organise a game next week, whereby a bounce game, an in-house game, a reserve game, call it what you want, but so I can get a real good close-up look at what we've got in the squad, the periphery players, for want of a better word, and give them an opportunity to get in the coaching staff's face and push for a starting place. But yeah, there's been a number of players that have been on the periphery, but that they trained really well on Wednesday, and they know what we're wanting, they know what we're expecting, and the ball's really in their court. Go and press, go and fight your way into the team, and go and make sure you turn the manager's head every day in training, and that's how you'll get noticed if you're not on the team. But I wouldn't discount anybody at this moment in time, because I wouldn't know enough about them all, if I'm being quite honest. So and to sit here and give you an individual breakdown on each player would be wrong of me as well, because I don't know them that well, and the periphery players I haven't worked with that much, if the truth be known. So I'm looking forward, like I say, I'm looking forward to the next couple of weeks, getting to know each and every one of them a little bit more, and seeing what they've got, seeing how they can contribute.